They are the largest workforce in the United States, the nearly 5 million direct care workers who support older adults and people with disabilities. But despite high demand, many are paid little more than minimum wage. As Judy Woodruff reports, a long-standing workforce shortage means people with disabilities who depend on those workers to live independently and access their community are left without the support they need. It's part of our series, Disability Reframed.
For the past 14 years, Luciana Offley has been by Tyler Corken's side. The 33-year-old has cerebral palsy and autism. He mostly communicates using sounds and hand gestures.
Got some good bacon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler depends on Luciana, who goes by the nickname China, for nearly every part of life in his Maurepas, Louisiana home.
Feeding him, transporting him back and forth out of his chair, bathing him, giving him medication, his medication, and just, keeping him comfortable.
So you do pretty much everything for him.
And I also, wash his laundry, make his bed. Yeah, I do a lot.
She says the most rewarding part of her job is exploring the community with Tyler,
Yeah, you're getting excited, huh?
who loves music and being around others.
Just being able to take him out and just, doing things with him is entertaining for him, and it's, it's getting a chance to get out and be around people.
But for each hour China is with him as a direct support professional, or DSP, she's paid $9. She works 7 days a week, and even with overtime pay, still has to hold a second job to support her family.
There's a shortage of people who do the work you do, direct support professionals.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because they're not paying enough. That's why they're leaving. It's, no benefits, not enough pay. You've got to have a heart, to do this kind of work.
What's the hardest thing about it?
Just being away from my family is the hardest.
There's been a national shortage of DSPs like China for decades, largely because state officials have limited Medicaid funding that helps cover their wages, and career advancement has been difficult. The national turnover rate for DSPs is more than 40%, with rates reaching over 50% in some states. Advocates say a lack of investment in Medicaid nationwide drives the problem. It is the largest funding source for the services that many DSPs provide. In Louisiana, those who hire DSPs say there is simply not enough money to pay them more. Those employers are expected to cover a range of costs that include wages, health insurance, and training, typically paid for by Medicaid at rates that state officials ultimately decide.
2 years ago, the Louisiana State Legislature allocated the money that allowed for a $9 an hour wage floor for direct support professionals, a workforce that helps to sustain some of the more than 1 million people in this state with disabilities.
It's hard to find people to come and take these difficult jobs when you have a rate that low. So we need to get the rates up to make it more competitive.
Louisiana Republican State Senator Franklin Foyle has family members with disabilities, including a son with autism and a sister with Down syndrome. From Louisiana's capital, Baton Rouge, Foyle has pushed to increase the state's Medicaid rates and for DSPs to be paid more.
What do you think it would take to persuade some of your colleagues in the state legislature that they needed to improve the Medicaid reimbursement rate in Louisiana?
I think part of it was there was always a pushback because it would cost more money. It's an easy issue to sell once you explain to people and give them the real life experiences to get them on board. But it does cost money, and when you have a limited funds, you have to allocate. But this, in my opinion, is not an option. It's something that we have to do because these people have no other way, in many cases, to get the support they need.
This is it.
This is it.
80 miles southeast in New Orleans, 26-year-old Jakeel Abdullah has seen the DSP workforce shortage firsthand. Abdullah was diagnosed with bipolar disorder in high school and has chronic back pain after a surgery left him without feeling in his right leg. He uses a cane to get around the city and the community college where he takes classes in game design.
When I wake up, I know I'm disabled. I can feel the pain constantly.
He says he's struggled to find a direct service worker, or DSW as they're known in Louisiana, to help with basic physical needs, including personal hygiene and transportation to school and social activities.
Finding someone you can trust to come into your home and put your life potentially on the line, to have them around you daily. It has been a struggle that makes me not even want to live here, honestly.
Abdullah also thinks there should be an increase in hourly wages and that all DSWs in the state should go through a certification program.
I've had DSWs tell me this is more of a resume filler or a stepping stone to more real work, such as working in hospitals and nursing homes. No one wants this to feel like a part-time job, or it's not a career.
Over 1,000 miles away in Brooklyn, New York, 25-year-old Fatima Howard is just starting her career. The mother of 3 was hired as a DSP in January. She works in a day habilitation program where people with disabilities attend exercise classes, volunteer, and visit community sites. Today, they're going to the library. It's where Fatima and her co-worker Nate teach a sign language class so their group can learn to communicate with a deaf peer.
Exactly. I love to do it because I know that they appreciate me and that they look for me to be here every day. So the days I'm not here, they call my work phone to ask if I'm here, like, am I coming, when I'm coming back. They depend on you, and I let them know that they can really depend on me for whatever they need. I take it seriously, I love it.
Does that surprise you that there aren't enough people doing this?
I mean, it doesn't surprise me because companies like this are underfunded, and the people who make decisions on how much we get paid doesn't see it. They don't play the role that we play every day, so they don't know how much work we actually do, which is sad for the people we support because they love their staff. They want to continue to have the same staff, not just people come and go.
In her spare time, Fatima takes courses as part of the eBadge Academy, a DSP certification program. She says it gives her the chance to refine her skills.
It makes a difference because you learn how to provide ethical support, and that's important. You learn about the safety, you learn advocating with and for the people we support and making sure they advocate for themselves as well.
These are professionals that are doing professional jobs and providing that credentialing and career pathway so that people can continue to grow and develop their professional skills in our field.
Carrie Neifeld is the commissioner of the New York State Office for People with Developmental Disabilities. Last year, her office partnered with a DSP advocacy group to offer credentialing to those who do this work in New York State, and bonuses up to about $2,000.
What's happening for our providers is it's changing the culture within provider organizations. It's letting staff know that OPWDD, the state, the providers respect the work that they're doing, treat DSPs as professionals, and want to see them succeed.
Back in Maurepas, Louisiana, DSP China Offley says she doesn't always feel that respect for her work.
China, what would you say to people who don't understand how hard this work is and who are not sure if more money should go into paying higher wages?
I think they know. They know that we should get paid more. It's just that they're not giving it.
Money, she says she and so many other DSPs need that allow people with disabilities to more fully live their lives and be part of their communities.
How would you describe your relationship with Tyler after all these years?
Well, he considers me his person. He really does. Don't you, Tyler? Yeah.
So he considers you his person, and what do you? Yeah. How do you think of him?
Well, I really consider him as one of mine, actually.
And she says she'll keep caring for Tyler as long as she can. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Judy Woodruff in Maurepas, Louisiana.